Hello, fellows. Hello, guys. Welcome to IQ Forex again with our chapter number 2, that is our continuing part of chapter number 1, which I launched before in a video, Elliott Wave Patterns. Now, today our topic is uh, first of all, in chapter 1, let me give you some intro that we talk about the waves, we talk about the corrective waves, that we talk that the impulsive waves are 1 2 3 4 5, and then in the corrective phase when you enter you see the three waves of A B C, and sometimes you see that if A and B are waves in the waves, so they will be 1 2 3, but after the C wave also be a impulsive wave and it gives you 1 2 3 4 5 again, so on. Now uh, uh, today topic is tools that mostly used in this theory. What are the major tools? So the major tools are, main one is to um, uh, Fibonacci retracement and extension. Sometimes you use it, the Fibonacci extension, separately, but I use them in because I'm using TradingView. So in TradingView we have all these numbers, and the next main operating tool is MACD. Basically, MACD is not used to determine or to identify that where is the price is going and where is our currently market going, but according to MACD we have a trick to find out that where we start our wave pattern. Because if I see Euro USD, so from 1985 to still 2018, where I will go and find my exact pattern, and then so on I will start my Elliott wave theory. So it's impossible to find out in a bigger chart. So there is a rule, and the rule is that you have to be find out convergence or a divergence in MACD. So let me start our system, and in between the video I will try to explain these only two things, because another thing I will tell you that in Elliott wave pattern, uh, we discuss, this is our chapter number 2 video. We discuss in chapter 1 only the waves of identifying their names, and we discuss the waves in the waves. Now in chapter 2 we are only taking two things, only that the tools which are used to identify that where is the pattern, and now what type of wave is upcoming according to Fibonacci retracement. Sorry, so allow me, let me go to the chart and we start. Now here we are on Euro USD on daily chart. Now the first thing is, there are so many questions in the start of the beginning, but if you give me some time in this video, so I will explain it step by step. So the very first step, if I see this naked chart and I don't know that how to identify, so in the previous chapter number 1 I show you guys that if I am taking a trade, or if I am taking to identify a chart, that where is chart is going, so I will take the correction part, right? So okay, it's fine, but if another trick we use, that is our MACD. So first we indicators, we are using MACD. Okay, now we have MACD here. So let me make it more easier for you to understand. If I make the colors like let me do it quick. So we have MACD here and we have chart. Now if I'm here at current market price, I don't know that what is this. Maybe if I'm little experienced, so I will say that it is impulsive. No, it's a corrective, like A B C. Okay, fine. But when after A B C, what is this, and what is this red candle come from? So it's not the tricky way. The basic tricky way through the MACD is to find out where is the convergence and the divergence. It's the first part. So our first part is to find out where is the convergence or divergence. So after it we see that here, if I see a higher high here, and if I see a higher high here to higher low, if I see higher high, higher low here, and higher high and more higher high, so I identify there is a divergence here, right? So let me place some trend line over it, so after the drawing it will be much more easier to understand. Now here is our higher high and another higher, and there is our higher high and high low. Now it's confirmed that there is a divergence here. So market will move down from after it. Now when we see the signal, now here comes the signal. There are some things if we mixed in this theory, so it comes only from the experience. When you do it time by time, so it will, you see there is a uh, there is a gravestone candle, or what you say, a inverted hammer, or what you say, a hanging man, but it's a candle pattern, so it's giving you a signal that market is now going to be turn here. I place a line here, right? So it will be easily for us to detect. Now as per our wave theory, we see that market gave a impulse, and let's start our drawing fast, so we can easily find out what's going on here. So we easily find out the rules of Fibonacci extension and retracements also. So from trend line I make a number one impulse here to here. This is our impulse, right? So let me take it color to black so it's easily to understand. And then there is our correction. Now I'm not today talking over the more impulse, in impulse, and then correction in correction, because I already told you these things in chapter number 1. So now we are on chapter number 2. It's our second class. So we know that after wave 1 correction, then wave 3, then we are taking our wave 4, and then final wave is our wave 5. Now we discussed today tools and our rules, right? Okay, now we have 5 wave pattern here, and this is our pure number 1 wave, which is called wave in the wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now I'm taking a pen here so I can easily describe it. Now from here to here we see that market return from this point, right? Okay, so we are giving it a name of first impulse here, and this is our correction part. Now we are not talking above, we are just talking here. Now according to Fibonacci retracement, we take Fibonacci here and we will count that how much market retraced in our second part. We see that market goes maximum to 50%. So it's legal now. Now the rule is that the market will give you after a first, now this impulse wave is our first impulse, right? So after impulse, the correction must be at least 0.382, or maybe you can say it like 38.2. It's your at least. It's your at least. And maximum goes to maximum. It will goes to 88.6. But mostly in rare cases you will see this number. The maximum, it's at least minimum is 0.382 and maximum to 88.6, but the ideal numbers are 0.50, that is 50%, right? And then 0.618 is so ideal. And when you see 786 number, 0.786, that is 78.6, it's very true that the next wave will be bigger than or maybe equal to the wave 1, right? Okay, now we see that this wave is our 50%, right? Okay, now this is our 50% mark. Now we go to find out that after we see that after this wave, where it goes max for wave 3, right? So now this is our point, and now we want evidence or a clue to find out that where is our future. So from here to here there is no market right now, we are just here, and we are seeking that where will be it go more further. So what will be the ratios are, right? So we will try to make our Fibonacci tracement. We trace it on another way. First we trace it here, now we trace it here to here. System is getting slow. Okay, now from here to, let me point out my one, it's accurate now here. Okay, now the major rule of wave number 3, that is that the wave number 3 number 1 rule is, after a correction, when you see that your next impulse start, which is wave 3, so this wave 3 will be maximum goes to 1.13%. But if it goes to maximum to 1.13%, that means that your first impulse wave, which is your number 1, is shorter. But if you see a longer wave, then you have your future that after a 50 of balance, that market will go more further to 1.272, or at least to minimum. So it's your minimum ratio, and it's your maximum ratio. But there is another maximum ratio. Sometime when newses come, so it will go more further to 1.618, but not for the third wave. Sometime people take so much more vision, so they also take the whole vision of the wave. From wave 1, if you take your correction from wave 1, so if you reverse your Fibonacci retracement, it also allow to tell you the where is 1.618. Now after that final move, you see that the wave 5 ends just near 1.618. So it's basically a wonderful setup of Elliott wave theory, that you see a impulsive wave within a 1 2 3 4 5, and then you see the corrections. Now the next question, that we see our future from wave 1 to the retracement, and then we also count the retracement of our that correction, that is 50, right? Now if we don't know this, we are doing from another style. So let delete this here. So now after this, we don't know where is going our wave third, but we see when we see that wave third reaches to the 1.272 ratio. This is our um, this is our 50% correction. This is our ends of 50%, and this is our 1.272 has been done here, right? Okay, now now after this correction there is another rule. The rule is that if you count your wave number 3 to count the fourth correction, you see that if you see a 50% here, so it means that this correction goes long, or maybe vice versa, which I discussed in chapter number 1. I said that there is a sharp correction, and if you see the sharp one, then the next one will be vice versa, right? So I'm talking over correction waves, which is maybe 2, so 4 will be vice versa. If it's 4, then vice versa will be 2. So it's easy now. Sorry. Okay, now after that we are counting our wave 3 and we counting our wave correction 4, that how much it goes. So it goes exactly to 0.618 level, because we see the 50 before. Here we have 50%. Now the market comes to 61.8, means the probability of these waves are getting much more heavier result of sellers, because this correction, if you see the 50% and this will be the 61.8, so definitely the length of the wave will be shorter, and some around the buyers will come. So this is the rule number 1, that when you check your wave number 1 according to the correction, so it will be which levels. I tell you the golden ratios of 50 to maximum 78%, or maybe sometime rare cases of 88.6. I will tell you in further, but right now this is our rule number 1. Okay, now after the third wave, what is the way to find out the future? So I will told you that you have to trace your Fibonacci on the other side, so it will tell you the extensions. So the extension will tell you the extension number 1 for wave 3 and then wave 5 for 1.618. Now after this there is another question, that okay fine, we see the correction. Now where is our wave number 5, right? So we are taking this in another style, right? So first we trace our Fibonacci from wave number 1 to wave number 2 correction, right? So we see this here from here, huh? So we take another Fibonacci retracement for checking this here to give us the clue. So this is not the way of checking, it's the way of checking two corrections, but if for extension you have to reverse it. So now for extension I am reversing from here, this is our point, and then I drag it here. First I lock it at the point, and then I more clear it like this. Now you see that market comes to exactly to the 1.618. Now this is the way number one. Now the another way is to you have to count your wave number 3 here, right? And from wave number 3 you are counting your 100 here. Now this is your 100 and it's telling you the correction of this wave 3 is basically maximum to 0.38. So the future of this wave is also coming just on the spot. If you see this on the spot, so extension is also telling you the same number. So that's mean you are going accurate on your Elliott wave and it's giving you the accurate result on it, right? 1.272 again. So there are two styles. Either you can draw it from here to here, or either you can draw it from here to here for each impulse. Now after this we see that market gave us a impulse wave. Now let me talk on the correction part. As we know, after this after this 1 2 3 4 5, after this 1 2 3 4 5, we see market gave us a pattern of a correction, but it's basically after this successful impulsive pattern, it gives you a and then it's give you a B part and then a C part, right? Okay, now it gives you a part and then it gives you a B part. Now let me talk over it. Now the rule is according to Fibonacci. You see that we use only MACT for the divergence and conversion. Now there is no need of MACT here. There is no need of MACT here. It's the only way to pick the correct impulsive wave. If you want to pick the correct impulsive wave, you must need a conversion or a diversion in the market. So you easily caught it, right? So okay, now in through Fibonacci, now we are calculating our wave A according to wave 5, right? So according to wave 5, wave A must retrace maximum to. Now here are the levels. Now you see that I tell you the correction phase must be least one is your this is your the least is 38.2, but it's for impulsive, right? It's for impulsive, but there is a rule there is a rule of when you comes in A, B and C, so the number of the Fibonacci retracement must be changed. They change to least is your 0.618 and max go to 90%, and this 90% is you see that market exactly turnover from 0.886, that is your 88.6 level, right? Okay, now you got the exact correction of your B wave. This is your B wave. Now sorry, this is your A wave, right? This is your A wave. Now if market goes more over and cross this level, right, like 113, so what will you say? It's true that it's an impulsive wave, but it's not true. It's not the ABC pattern in this way. It's some sort of another pattern and you are not in a corrective way. Maybe this impulse is not impulse 1, right? Maybe this impulse is another. This is your B and then you are on a C. So this impulse may be your C. So these are other topics, but you have to know the rules. So if you stick to your rule, you will be definitely go along with it. So now we are here and we take the A wave. Now, according to the future, what will be the B part, right? So now we will change it from here. We change this to focus in a normal way of this current A wave, right? So it will define us that how much it retrace maximum. And we see, sorry, I take it wrong way. A wave, right? We are on A wave and we want to see the retracement. So we take it easy like here. Okay, now I'm sorry that I'm taking so much time in it, but it's really a beautiful topic and it needs, yeah. Okay, now mostly in ABC part, you will see that you find mostly the numbers are 78.6, because if you see that after this A wave the B part retraces exactly on this level of 78.6. So the numbers of B are, B maximally goes to 78.6, but it's accurate number, and sometimes it goes for 88.6. And so the ideal number is 0.76, but sometimes if it goes to uh, 0.6 0.618, it's also be a good number, but mostly I see that in main charts that the accurate brilliant number is 0.786. That will be counted for the B part. So you can ideal focus for the future of your C wave. That C wave will goes maximum to where? Now, after this we consider that our B wave done and happens right here. Now we are going to our C wave. Let's project our C wave, that where it will go max. Okay, now we don't know this. This is not here, and we see that according to Fibonacci, after this B, that what will be your future of C. So you take Fibonacci from here to here for projection, or you will take it from here to here, because you need extension, so you need to be move it on reverse, which I tell you. So in this way you project your Fibonacci from here to here for your C wave, right? Okay, for your C wave you take accurate alignment of it. Now the C wave is here. First of all, we discuss our C wave. As I tell you in previous chapters, I told you that this is your impulse wave, right? Now consider this is your first class impulsive wave of, let me say, 1, and now you are going into it. This is your correction part. You are going into your correction part, right? And this correction part of this impulse wave will be also, which I tell you in future now, 78.6 or maybe 88 something, right? So it's another case, we will also check it. But right now if we consider this, so we know that the C wave will give us, now this is your A. So A, if you see that A goes up, then down, and then up, so A gives you the 3 wave pattern in it. in this one wave, in this one wave, you see the waves in the waves are three waves, right? And then after that, when you enter into the B part, you see also a zigzag happens here, and this zigzag is also 3. So your A is 3 and your B is 3, right? Your A and your B. Now the C will be 3. Oh, sorry. Now the C will be 3, or C will be 3 or 5. How you project this? This is the main point. This is the main question, because mostly trader I see they ride on the wave of the number 3 impulsive wave, and they ride on the wave of C impulsive, because C is mostly impulsive wave. In rare cases you can say it that C is also 3 wave, but it's C, it comes in our more further chapters, chapter number 3, which is what type of correctives are. There are so many corrective, and those are names of zigzag, like flat, like triangle, diagonal, and so much. So it's another case and it's another chapter. So I am considering that right now this C wave goes exactly to the 1.618 level. Why? Now make it a point here, right? Okay, now let we check this along with our big picture. Now our big picture is basically this impulse wave, how much corrects, right? How much corrects this impulse wave? Let me check this from here to here, and like this. So I see, according to the C wave, C wave, it's very difficult between the video. Uh, so the point is here 1.16, like 3, 1.16343 something number is, right? But the C wave, there is a rule here. C wave will go for 0.786. It's true. But if your second correction, is, you see, it's just below that line, so it will be not happen. It will be not happen, and it will be not happen in wave 3 part. This is the main clue. This is the main rule, because there is a rule number 1 of Iliad wave theory, that your correction part of your 2 and your 4, so your 4 will not overlap this level, right? So as per this demand, when you see that after a 5 wave the A will not overlap this 4, otherwise it will be invalid, right? So these are the rules step by step. So after the C, if you see that C is projecting your, according to your Fibonacci, just little up from your 2 correction, it's confirmed that it will come into your wave sequence, and it will go maximum to 0.618, and then it will be take another zigzag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? So it's another case, but we are talking about the tools, that how we use the MACD. Now you see that the whole MACD is not usable for me. I just use this thing. This is most important thing for me to start this setup, right? Right? Okay. Now we talk over the whole projection of this C wave, right? And we see that the 0.786 is here, but if we see the result of our impulsive right now at current market price, if we see that we see that market gives us uh, the main projection of C from here to uh, here is little bit down, and this down is basically up from our second correction phase, right? So it's not going there. Now the next part is also that why we are forgetting our this number, because this number will also give you the fifth wave. But if we consent, now we are going more overhead for this, right? So we will talk it later. Let first start the more projection to better understand more and more. Now we see that there is some problem here. What is the problem? Problem is to find out that this C wave will give us this type of pattern. So if C do not exceed the fourth correction, then this C wave is not valid, because there are rules per rules. If you follow rules after a wave, another rule, then you will be go on with very wonderful expectations, and these expectations will give you so much pips in your trading account. So after this, uh, now here, now let we find out again in our mat. We see what we see here in our mat. We see that there is a higher high and a higher low. If you make this, so there is a decline here, but in the indicator you see that the lower high and the higher high, you see there is a convergence right here. So that means after this impact, market also, you know also that market will come here or maximum here, because you are placing your Fibonacci here, right? So for the expectations, but when you see this, you must know that your new phase of impulsive waves are starting now, because you cannot forget this, which I tell you in the start of video, right? So now you understand it. Now we have a new setup here. So after this setup, we will project that how it will go in future. And I'm not saying that it will be exact like that I'm saying, but I will try my best, inshallah. I will try my best. So let's see why it's not working here. What's going on? There is some sort of problem here. Okay, then I'm just telling to, okay, now here is our point of focus, and where is our point of action. The point of action is we take a vertical line here, and then we will see our here. Now you see there is a little bar here. Now after this, what we have now I am changing the colors of my trend lines, so it will be easily to understand. Okay, now you see there is a little green up here, right? And then it's going down. Where it is, it's going down here, right? Is it you can watch it easily or not? So I will make it more bigger, so you will easily watch this. So after that I will remove it to see better, because this area is too small. Now you see this. Let we suppose that this is our after these 5 waves, or after this A, B. Now we are here A. Now this is our projection done. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now this projection is done, right? And this is our B. So we are going for a C. Okay. If we see this part and this part, so we see a correction. It's not overlapping the B part initial start area, because if it's overlap this, then we can say this that it's something else, right? But it's not like this. So let me finalize this with my Fibonacci tool, so it will tell us more exactly what's going on, right? So let me make it some bigger. We can delete this, and in bigger form we easily check this. So I think it's much more visible to you. Now we start first focusing that where is our retracement right now. Okay, now so our third wave will ends at 1.618, that is 1.14701. So I'm taking a point here. I'm taking a point here. Now this is my third wave point, right? Okay, now back to the my focus for this retracement is done yet or not. So let's see this. Mm, uh, from here to here we count it. Okay, now if you see closely that market retrace after this impulse, if this is a 1, then the 2 correction comes over right over the 0.786 number. You see this? Just exactly. So it's valid and it's done. So we are going for the next point, that is for our wave number 3. And after wave number 3 there is another rule that this correction is so sharp, so the next correction will goes like this with A B C in it, with A B C in it, right? So it will be vice versa, right? So and this correction part of 2, which I'm telling you that this will not overlap, this will not overlap, because according to rule. And after this wave, if I point this number, because this is my number and this is my number, now I'm taking another Fibonacci for the more projection of future. So from this method, from here to here, right? So we see our future from here to here. Let's see, it's basically taking so much load here. So our first correction was 78.6, right? So our next will be minor one, that will be 0.618 right here. So maybe it comes to 50% right here. Okay, and maybe it comes to 0.382, but it depends upon market, it's not depend upon us. So the projection of future from these points is from this point to this point, right? Okay, so the projection of the fifth wave will be 0.272 if we project that after this correction. uh, One more thing, if you see the size of the first wave, so the next size of the fifth wave will be the same, because the third wave is larger, so the fifth wave will be smaller than third one. So it's naturally in Elliott wave we see so many times daily. So our next projection will be 1.272, which is ideal number, or maybe it goes with high volatility, but it goes to this point, that is 1.15 something, 1.15 something. So it will be end your C wave here, right? So in this video I told you something, not the expectation that this is future. Please don't take it so serious, because it's my daily way how I analyze the market. So, in our chapter number two, the most important thing which I want to define you, that after in chapter one, the chapter two is the tools. We talk we talk over tools, and we talk over the rules of Fibonacci and a trick using MACD, so you cannot be shuffle in the market and you cannot finding the Elliott waves in the market. So after this it is so easy to find out the impulse waves. So this is my way. So I hope you will understand in this video, and the next video will be the more Elliott chapters, that will be the chapter number 3, and I will discuss in chapter number 3 the flat, zigzags and triangles, that what are they, and what they develop, how they develop, and how we take trades on it, right? So thank you so much for giving this time. Meet you soon. Allah Hafiz.